I'm going to paint 3 different mirrors, just so that you can get the gist of what I meant about the different colors. So I'm going to paint one in yellow. Just give it a nice coat of yellow paint, just get it into all those little soft pieces. Don't forget your sides. You can hear the bird life outside. Those are hardy-dars that are actually making that noise. Now an ice cream. Now I had a lot of people really concerned that they hadn't received the fabric for their ghost. And I kept saying, everybody just be patient, you will see. We came up with this technique quite by accident. I was playing around one day when I discovered that we could in fact create our own fabric without using a fabric fiber. And what we're going to need to do this is we need craft glue. Give yourself a nice dollop or two of craft glue on a plastic surface or a glass surface. I'm going to add a tiny dab of glitter, just so that the light catches the white. When we photograph it, the light will catch it. And I'm going to put a little bit of white paint in. Now I'm putting the white paint in because most of these glues dry clear, and we don't want it to be clear. We want to have the white effect. This whole effect was created, in fact, by using glue. But you'll see parts of it are completely see-through. So in order that it's not see-through like that, we needed to mix in the white paint. So let's just mix that all up. You could, if you wanted, to put a dab of grey in here. I don't particularly want grey, so I'm going to just mix my white up very well. And then you just gently, with a paintbrush, smooth it out over your plastic sheet. Now you don't want it too thin because it's going to break. Remember, this has got to dry out, and you're going to get left with a film. And it's that film that we're in fact going to use to create her. Now I'm going to create a couple of little tails. I want those tails to be there. Those are the little wispy pieces that are going to eventually become this wispy bits like that. Remember, we need to have it a little bit long. Don't be over ambitious and make too much, because you're not going to use very much of it. You're going to cut a lot of this away. So let's just get some evenness in my glue now. Just there we go. Now the best for this is to leave it to dry for about 24 hours. You can speed up your drying process again with a heat gun, but with the glue I'd like it to dry evenly through. So I'm going to let it dry for 24 hours before I go any further with it. So to even it out here, I don't want it to be too thin. Now you'll see it's really starting to dry. Don't make your wispy bits too thin because they will just break off. We don't want that to happen. Just give it some substance there. And once you're sort of at that stage where you think you've got it about 2 to 3 mils thick, you see it's still fairly thick and even, leave it and let it dry. Tub is nice plastic. You'll see here I've got one that's been drying for a while, and I've been blowing it and shaking it to get these sort of almost like small waves. So you can really play around with this quite a lot. But when you're finished, put it down and leave it for 24 hours to dry. While we're waiting for that, let's go back to our ghost. Right, she's had a good chance to dry. Now we can start adding in any detail that we might find that we want on her. I want to get a very thin brush. If you're going to give her eyes, do your top lid and then just do your circle as well. Remember, she wouldn't have too much detailing. She's a ghost. So this makes it nice and easy. Bear with me, I'm working without my glasses so that I can actually see what I'm doing here. And I normally would work with this about 2 inches from my nose. So I'm just going to give her that. And I want to give her a little bit more detailing there around her mouth. So I just want to take that paint very gently and put it in there. I'm going to give her a dot of white just now. Right, when we're happy that her eyes have now got as much character as we want in them and everything, we can take our black, sort of thin it out a little bit more, and we can add any lines that you want to her face. Make her look like she's frowning, and just gently dab them, and you'll actually don't want a solid line, you want it to be sort of a soft, gentle line. And you can continue to build up detailing like that. Just when it's too dark, wipe a bit of it away. Little lips. Right, now she's got a face that we can sort of see what her detailing is. Give her a little dots in her nose just to give her all that. Any other detail you want to add in, you can do at this stage. And once you're happy with her, I just want to soften those lines just a little bit. They're a bit too dark for me. There we go. You almost want them just to be shadows. There we go. That's better. So if you're happy with the first time, just... There we go. So we actually just want it to look like little shadows on her. Once you've got all that, you can do your little tiny white dot in her eye, just to catch the reflection of light. Just, there it is. Gently, gently, there we go. Right. Then, again, spray her with the fixative spray so that you know that your paint is set and it's fine for her to work. Just give her a second spray quickly. Okay. And then, once you've done that, you can use your makeup and start giving her a little bit of colour. Now, you'll see all these ghosts had a tiny bit of colour on them just to give them more sort of three-dimensional depth. So I'm going to use just a little bit of blush. I want to grab my blush this side. I use normal compact makeup. I like a sort of a reddish blush, so I just gently add that on, not too much colour. Now you'll see I'm using a brush that is very, very well worn here. It's my favourite brush for this sort of thing because it just really allows me to work my colour in. And already you can see she's starting to take shape. A little bit on her chin and then a tiny bit on her forehead. Don't make her cheeks too dark, because I mean she really wouldn't have rosy cheeks. Once you're confident that your colour is fine, again spray your fixative spray so that we can set that colour. There we go. Spray her with your fixative spray and set the colour, and then leave her. By now our frame should be dry, so we can put our second coat of paint on the frames.